Pearson. Put through by Greenough. Jones is after it. Pearson shot, goal!
Welcome again to the big match. Today our sights are set on the top of the First Division as we bring you 3 matches with a direct bearing on the Championship. Our main match is between 2 teams in great form, Arsenal against Leeds United, supported by Norwich City against the champions Liverpool, and the present leaders Nottingham Forest against Coventry City. But first we move off to Highbury for a match between Arsenal and Leeds United, and for one man in particular, it's a match of special significance.
Quite a day for Don Howe, the Arsenal coach, who until early this season had the same job at Leeds. He'll know enough about the visitors today, perhaps, to plot an Arsenal victory, though we'll see. What he will know is that this Leeds United side are really on the upswing now. They've had 1 or 2 injury doubts in the past 48 hours, but Gordon McQueen has been past fit, though striker Ray Hankin has not, and that other striker, Joe Jordan, is not even with the party. His move to Ajax of Amsterdam now seems very imminent. 3 wingers in that side, incidentally, Eddie Gray and Arthur Graham, who like to operate down the left, and Carl Harris down the right. Meanwhile, the Arsenal manager, Terry Neal, can name an unchanged side. Arsenal beaten only once in their last 10 games, and like Leeds United, they've got a team that has come nicely into form in recent weeks. It's the first chance for big match viewers to see Alan Sunderland in Arsenal colours since his arrival from Wolves, as versatile as any player anywhere in the First Division. The referee today, that's Leslie Burden. He comes from Dorset. And now we're just about ready to go. And it's Leeds United who get us away in their all-yellow strip, attacking the goal to our left. Arsenal in their red shirts with white sleeves. And not on by Frank Gray right up there. In spite of the closeness of Christmas, really a very good crowd here at Highbury today. Stapleton, here's Brady, who caught in possession there by a combination of Curry and Flynn, and here's Graham again. Frankie Gray has gone streaking up behind him, and you'll see him, there he is, overtaking him. Well, got in well there. Brady. Oh, nice touch. Now look at the fullback here doing a bit of chasing. Pat Rice turning it in towards Malcolm McDonald, but behind him Sammy Nelson. Both sides, in fact, employing defenders in strong attacking positions at the moment. Here's Nelson. That's an interesting cross there. Rice and Stapleton are going in there. Rice across the goal. Brady turning it back again. McDonald hopeful of getting it in, and Stapleton couldn't quite turn it into a finish. Well, a lot of noise and a lot of excitement at Highbury as 2 or 3 of them were banging the ball about there. Twice Paul Madeley got in the way. And eventually it fell to Malcolm McDonald. And even then, Arsenal couldn't put it away. Now, Willie Young and Tony Curry underneath this one. Young, Brady, Nelson. McDonald. Nice touch inside there. McQueen hooking that away before Stapleton could do damage. Sunderland, oh, beautiful skill. Killed that beautifully. Cherry was in there before Price. Arsenal's throw. Pat Rice with it. Brady right up there. Flynn right back with him. Still Brady got it in. Stapleton with the backward header. Madeley away. Sunderland and Price right in there. 2 going for the 1 ball. And Graham keeping it in, but only to the benefit of David O'Leary. Frank Gray. Brian Flynn. Linesman flagging for a bit of elbowing there, I think by Arthur Graham on Pat Rice. Leslie Burden from Dorset explaining to Arthur Graham what that free kick was about, which Pat Rice is about to take. Willie Young has come up again on the far side. MacDonald making a run towards the near post. That'll be towards Stable, and in fact it was Willie Young! Well, you can't miss him. He's big enough to spot, but Leeds overlooked him there as that free kick went floating in, and Willie Young was up there. There wasn't much to spare. Young, Curry hoping to get in behind him. Arsenal at the moment having most to say about the afternoon. Sammy Nelson. MacDonald. In fact, it was Gordon McQueen who got the touch, and it's Carl Harris who puts it into touch. Nelson with a throw. Now Ricks. Brady, oh, what skill. Ricks with the cross. McQueen only half got that away, and he took Alan Sunderland by surprise. Nice bit of play by Sunderland. Played the ball and perfectly fair. Arsenal in this period doing well. Here's Sunderland again. Hitting it straight at Graham. Little cross in towards MacDonald, but it was Gordon McQueen who got there first. Price. MacDonald played it out again here for Sunderland. Nice little cross going in. Stapleton going in after it. Carl Harris, a neat backward header, getting it away to Flynn for Leeds. Harris. A Welshman. Inside for another Welshman. In fact, they were schoolboy partners together at Port Talbot when they were both 11 years old. Harris and Flynn. Eddie Gray, that's where you mostly see him popping up, out on that left flank, but that wasn't a very good cross, and here's Rice again. O'Leary, Sunderland, Nelson. A lot of good attacking football here, and it's good to see all these defenders coming in and doing a bit as well. He could have been in trouble there. Quick evasive action as Malcolm McDonald came in. Greeny with the Leeds United kick. Good jump by Curry, but he couldn't beat, my word, he couldn't beat Willie Young, but it came out for Carl Harris to have a right belt at that one, and I think maybe he'll be a little annoyed with not making more of it. That's going to be a corner off Reaney. Sense the danger that Malcolm McDonald presented there. So David Price really fought his way into this Arsenal side now and has kept it. With this corner for Arsenal, curled in towards the near post, and it was, in the end, Tony Curry who got it away. Brady, a little jink, he just dipped his shoulders for a moment, but Flynn got in there again at the expense of a corner. Can be such an exciting player. Well, he's a busy one, but Liam Brady can be such an exciting player. There he is again, chipping that one in towards MacDonald! Not allowed. A bit of pushing there in that Leeds United 6-yard area as that cross came floating in. A bit of pushing there. MacDonald, in fact, met it beautifully. And the goal doesn't count. Harris. Curry. Oh, a touch on there by Curry, and it might come back now for Cherry and now for Frank Gray. Here's little Brian Flynn. Curry finding Flynn again. Ooh, he sent Brady the wrong way there. Looking up, looking around, what's on? Arthur Graham's on. Again being forced away from that penalty area, but Cherry then get the shot in, and it's behind by way of the deflection for the corner for Leeds United. A bit of patient play there around the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. until Cherry found the moment, if not the target. McQueen's up there again. There is number 5. You can see in there in your shot. Trying to lose Frank Stapleton, and does so, touches it down, but in fact in getting up there, pushed down on Willie Young. That was really quite a battle between the two big men. Curry, Frank Gray, Flynn, finding Cherry, played in accurately here for Graham, back again for Flynn. Patient possession football here again at the moment by Leeds. Played in now for Graham. Until the moment arrives, and there's Graham. Oh, and the moment arrived and he threw it away. He probably saw a little annoyed with himself for that, because they'd played so well in giving Graham that little possibility of making the opening, and having really taken it well. What a terrible shot to finish it off. Trevor Cherry. And Graham. Get in there towards Curry. Now, can he get the shot in? Here's Reaney. There's the cross towards Graham, and a good and a timely interception there by Pat Rice. Flynn playing it wide. Leeds have had rather the better of the second half of this first period. Curry. And now Gray. Oh, and now Flynn right in there. Crossed it well, and well cut out by David Price. But a corner for Leeds. But here's Curry. Deep towards Gordon McQueen. That time he was beaten in the air by none other than Willie Young. But Leeds with another throw. Really pressurised Arsenal in the last quarter of an hour of this first half. Arsenal have hardly been able to break out. Here's Flynn again. Across in there. Oh, and Jennings got mixed up there with Rice, and it was David Price who eventually got it away. And another throw. Eddie Gray. Into the last minute of the first half. Flynn again with the cross hit low this time. Sammy Nelson putting it away, surely where Leeds are going to swallow it all up again. As the whistle goes for half-time, really disappointing in terms of goals, but a fascinating battle in the middle of the field, where Liam Brady and the number 10 for Leeds, there's Brady number 7, and the number 10 for Leeds United, Brian Flynn, having a tremendous battle, and Brian Flynn doing a very good job stifling the creative skills of Liam Brady, and that maybe is one big reason why Arsenal really haven't got completely on the move. Well, let's hope for maybe better things in the second half, but a half-time score then at Highbury. Arsenal 0, Leeds United 0. We'll be right back with that second half. Welcome back to Highbury. A goalless first half. And Arsenal now then attacking the goal to our left. It's been a good ground in recent years, this, for Leeds United. They've won on 3 of their last 4 visits, and on the 4th visit they drew, and indeed they've not lost to Arsenal, home or away, in the last 4 seasons in the league. And at the moment they are holding on to a point here again today. Here's Carl Harris for Leeds. Brian Flynn, who did such a good job in the first half on Liam Brady. Frank Gray. It's a Leeds throw. Eddie Gray. It's a good game that you fancy could become a very good game with just the stimulus of a goal now. Well, that's a goal kick. Now, Magley and McDonald. Oh, and it's fallen for McDonald. The whistle had gone. Well, that was quite a tussle between Madeley and McDonald, and McDonald there obviously saying that it was 1 against 1, but it was an unfair 1 against 1 according to the referee. A tussle there, the ball falls for McDonald, and even then it goes into the side netting, but the whistle had gone. And for Graham. Very busy indeed. Tony Curry. Shaking off that Sammy Nelson challenge. Here's Frankie Gray to his brother Eddie Gray. Back to his brother again, Frank. Have it again, brother. So Eddie Gray with the cross hit low, and it fell for Tony Curry, and it very nearly fell for Leeds United and a goal, but instead of that, it was Sammy Nelson who got it away. Gray hitting it in low. I think it may even have taken Tony Curry slightly by surprise, but Sammy Nelson had his wits about him. Corner, Eddie Gray playing it back again to Graham. Not a bad cross there towards Gordon McQueen. McDonald right back there getting away. Carl Harris letting one try, but couldn't begin to catch that properly. Goal kick. Stapleton beating Madeley that time. McDonald laying it back for Brian for Graham Wicks. And a free kick. So it's Arsenal's free kick. And Arsenal at the moment just looking a little bit lethargic and needing to get a goal to whip themselves up into action. By Willie Young. Well, a real breakthrough that was a long time coming, and the big Scot Willie Young, what a goal that was for him. Free kick flicked in there. Leeds really didn't get it away. Willie Young was waiting on the right-hand side of that area, and it went past David Harvey like an arrow. Arsenal 1, Leeds United 0. Willie Young, it's his first of the season, and he's broken the deadlock at last. Played on for Flynn. Could be interesting now. They got plenty up, but it hits Sammy Nelson. Played wide by Graham Farini. Eddie Gray coming in on the far side, but the goal scorer getting it away there. And then a shot by Tony Curry, and a goal kick for Arsenal. Quarter of an hour of the second half gone. Arsenal 1, Leeds United 0. Linesman on this side flagging. And indeed, McQueen and McDonald got involved there. It's going to be a yellow card for Gordon McQueen. Referee Burton wanting the big number 5 to come to him. For the challenge on McDonald. Just checking that number. And making it clear if he does that again, where he'll have to go. There we are, that was the challenge that brought about the yellow card then for Gordon McQueen, his challenge on Malcolm McDonald. So a free kick then for Arsenal. Liam Brady. 5 men in that Leeds United wall, joined by Alan Sunderland and a 6-1, Frank Gray. They won't like Sunderland in that wall. He might be fairly harshly dealt with, and Brady chipping it far too high as McDonald and Young went moving in. What a little fighter Flynn is. winning that ball there from Stapleton. Gray taking it back again, hitting it first time again. Carl Harris after it. Sammy Nelson with him, and Nelson getting well there, getting in well. Eddie Gray then with the throw. Now, can he produce a moment of magic? Ronnie produces a careful pass there for Reaney. Now Little Flynn. And here's Frank Gray coming up. Hit well! And pushed away well. Well, Eddie Gray was involved in it, but it was Frankie who had the shot. And Pat Jennings getting down well to turn it away. Graham. There's an urgency now about everybody. Harris. Gray crossing that in again. Oh, that was inch perfect there for Tony Curry. But also there was some very, very good defending by Pat Rice. A lovely cross in there by Eddie Gray. And Curry beaten to it really by Pat Rice. At least impeded by him so that he couldn't get the right sort of header in. Flynn. Reaney. Graham. Flynn again. Way there for Curry. And now Willie Young. Little Flynn in there again. What a tremendous game he's had. Frank Gray. Arthur Gray. Eddie Gray. And an offside, I think. It won't count. Tony Curry tucks it away. Helped by Eddie Gray. Tony Curry tucks it away, but there was an infringement there offside. And it won't count. MacDonald, a touch for Sunderland. Now can he turn Frank Gray? He can. That's a good cross too. Stapleton right in there. And Cherry was right back as well. Ricks. That looked like handball to me by Harris, and indeed it was. It's a free kick for Arsenal right on the edge. Looks as though the Leeds players disagree. It looked a handball to me. Now a chance for Arsenal to drive one. Direct free kick. Will it be MacDonald? Will it be Brady? It's Brady trying to place it. And curl it. And that deflected off a Leeds United player for a corner. It looked as though it was going to be a thunderbolt by MacDonald. In the end, it was a curler by Brady. And Arsenal get a corner. Certain amount of anxiety and animation now in that Leeds United defence as Brady throws in another one, and a good pluck out of the air that time by David Harvey from Frank Stapleton's header. A little surprising that the man immediately behind Jimmy Armfield there, Peter Lorimer, wasn't brought on when Leeds so badly need a bit of firepower up front. Price getting it away, the crowd beginning to whistle. There's a good 2.5 minutes left yet though. Price finding Stapleton, flicked on this time for Ricks. Nice little touch by him, and a good touch back again by Stapleton. Off the referee, and as well for them, I think, in a way, because it looked as though it's going to a clutch of Leeds United players, and Arsenal keep possession with Rice. Stapleton trying to come away from Madeley, and then getting caught up, and here's Madeley. McQueen galloping forward now for Leeds. Frantic whistling in the crowd, but still a good 2 minutes left. Flynn calling for the ball from Graham, but instead it comes to Carl Harris. Pass one. Now can he get a cross in? What a good cross it is too! And McQueen has made it 1-1. What a lovely goal! And both defenders who've scored them. Willie Young for Arsenal, and now Gordon McQueen for Leeds United, right at the finish. Jimmy Armfield being told by linesman to get back to his dugout. He came out with joy all over his face. But how well Carl Harris did taking it down that right touchline, past a couple of challenges, whipped across a beautiful centre, and McQueen was in there at the far post. Arsenal 1, Leeds United 1. And it looks as though Leeds might keep this record of having Highbury as one of their happiest hunting grounds. The final whistle has gone, and Leeds have snatched a point right at the last. I think overall they probably deserved it, coming without players like Jordan and Hankin. But it was two big defenders who finally made the breakthrough. In the first place, it was Willie Young who put Arsenal into the lead. There he is, number 6. And then, with no more than 2 minutes to go, it was Gordon McQueen who was up there with a header to make sure that Leeds United went away with the point. So a final score then at Highbury, Arsenal 1, Leeds United 1.
Well, a strange game, that one, really. It threatened to take off several times and never quite did. Both the goals, of course, coming from those massive Scottish defenders, Willie Young of Arsenal and Gordon McQueen of Leeds United. And I wondered if Gordon McQueen had begun to despair about getting an equaliser.
No, not at all. I mean, the side's playing with a lot of character just now. We kept on battling and we got the goal that maybe just deserved, you know. I think a draw might have been a fair result in the end.
Yes. Although it was a strange game where the goalkeepers weren't really called into action very much.
No, when Willie hits his shots like that, I mean, I've got no chance of saving wins like that.
Was that the first of the season for you, Willie?
Yeah. Saving it for the North Bank.
Yes. Tell us how that happened for you.
Well, the cross came into the middle. I originally planned to go for it, but it fell short. And I just held out. And I was thinking, well, if it's cleared, I'll just go back. And it just fell right for me, and I just hit it first time.
I think most people, when they see you up there, expect you to hit things with your head. Yeah. And you took them a little bit off guard.
Well, I don't have much chance of getting the headers in against Gordon. So.
Actually, I distinctly heard the ground, or felt the ground shake once or twice when you two were in combat there. I mean, two enormous Scots.
Yeah, well, there's about 26 stone between us, you know, but I thought Willie took the prize today. I thought he played absolutely magnificent. I think we'll be needing to have a word with Ali McLeod about him. He played great today. Willie Beckenbauer today.
Willie Beckenbauer?
Yeah,
yes.
played tremendous.
I mean, talking on those terms, I mean, you're obviously booked for Argentina. Are you saying that you would like to see Willie?
Yeah, well, I think Ali McLeod should come down and have a look at him on today's form anyway, and for what I can gather, he's been playing that way all season.
What do you say to that? I mean, have you, first of all, do you feel you've been playing as well as that all this season?
I thought today I played better possibly than I have been doing, but I have been playing well. I also feel that Ali McLeod could do with a cover for Gordon, because if Gordon gets injured, they've only got the sweeper type to come in for him. So it's just a matter of who's he going to pick to cover. I hear he's going to look at Jim Holton in the next 3 weeks, but we play Coventry next week, so he can maybe run the role over both us.
Yes.
The one time.
Your trouble.
Don't end up covering for you.
No, don't say that. Not the way you're playing, Gordon. Playing really well.
Your front men didn't put an awful lot of threat into Gordon and his mates this afternoon. I mean, was that an off day for Supermac and Frank Stapleton, for example?
Well, I think you must give credit to the Leeds defence. He played really well against them. You don't get much change out of Gordon, Paul Madeley. They're good players.
It's like a mutual admiration society between you two tonight, isn't it?
Well, I mean, Willie have been friends for a long time. I went to Willie's wedding and played together in the Scottish under-23s, was it? Yeah. We won 5 days, so we've been friends for a long while.
Where did that all start?
Well, I think in the coaching course at Lars at Inverclyde, where all the young lads go. And this was when I was about 16 or 17, wasn't it? And I went to Willie's wedding and we just continued for there. We've kept in touch ever since.
Finally, how do you see the Scottish scene now, the pair of you, with the World Cup coming up? Do you think Ali McLeod and the Scottish side that's gone so well, is it going to make a big impression out there, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've all picked up experience for the last World Cup. I think there's still about 8 or 10 members. I don't know how many for Munich, and we're expecting to do really well.
Really?
I think they stand a great chance. They've got possibly the best midfield, definitely in Europe, and they've got the front men. I mean, Andy Gray isn't even playing in the team at the moment, so he can come in as cover or play alongside Joe. So they've got a lot of good things going for them. I think they'll do well.
Good. And you still can't beat Leeds United here. You've got a fantastic record here, haven't you? I think that's the last 5
years
times,
or something like that, you know. It's not too bad.
So a newsy tip there then, from Gordon McQueen to the Scottish manager Ali McLeod with the World Cup in mind. Have a look at Willie Young, although we spoke to Ali McLeod today, who says he has no plans indeed to go to that Coventry v Arsenal game next weekend. But he adds, I was at Aberdeen with Willie Young, so I really know all about him. But the centre-half position is a dodgy one, and we do need cover. What's also interesting, I think, is that Ali said that he plans to spend every weekend now in England spying out his Anglo-Scots. Let's have some more action now, and for that we move on to Liverpool's game, their match yesterday against Norwich City. Norwich, to my mind, one of the sweetest moving sides in the whole of the First Division, and really they're almost up there amongst the pacemakers themselves. But could Norwich now send Liverpool tumbling? Or could Liverpool recapture the form that brought them 6 beautiful goals against Hamburg in midweek? Here we go then with Norwich against Liverpool, the pictures from Anglia Television, the commentators Jerry Harrison with Liverpool in the all-red strip.
Jones with Bond going up on the right-hand flank. That's into space. Gibbons knocks it down for him. And got it back. Well, he's got time to turn. Get one over. Smith. If that was meant, it was brilliant, but I don't think it was. Comes straight to case, though. Bond is going up for this. Ryan gets it back to him. Now Fairclough putting pressure on Jones. And he's got it off him, Fairclough there, with Douglas coming into the near post. And Douglas with an opening chance here. And off the line. Incredibly by David Jones. Well, Douglas missed the best opening, but Jones got it off the line from his own defender. As Fairclough put the ball over, Douglas took the shot, knocked back by the goalkeeper's legs, and then Jones just slid off the line. Jones to Padden. Oh, Smith in there with a wicked tackle. And Smith is the one who's hurt. There's maybe there's a dazzle run. And Martin Peters. Peters again. Martin Peters beginning to warm to his game now. As Neighbour, first of all, had a fine, jinky run. It comes to Martin Peters. His first shot is blocked, but on the volley he has another go, which skids past Ray Clement's right-hand post. Sullivan in for Gibbons. Peters on the right there is Bond. Gibbons is going down the right flank. Across comes Hughes there. Bond is still with him. 4 players in the penalty area, not deep enough. Peters picks up. Through for Suggett. Padden. Suggett. It's a lovely goal. And well beaten there. Colin Suggett, the man who's pushed up front to give them extra firepower in an emergency, does the trick after 17 minutes. And the man who gave him the return pass there was Graham Padden. But it all came, first of all, from Martin Peters when he picked up that loose ball. Played it through nicely. A return from Suggett to Padden. Goes for the return again and just gets chance to knock his shot wide of Clement's left-hand post. A leg in there just as Padden comes to it. Neighbour. Now Liverpool coming back fast. Neighbour's on his way. Hughes is beaten for speed. And again, Jimmy Neighbour, and wasted. Oh, what a thrilling sight, though. He started 3 yards behind him, pushed it ahead, and then went. And, of course, then when he got him at full stretch, it only got to turn him, and he was lost. But then he wasted it with that cross. Gibbons, better control that time, but not such a good back pass. Peters is in there challenging, but it's picked up by Dalglish. And that's a free kick conceded by Martin Peters as Dalglish got away from him. And, in fact, Norwich City got the ball as it was played forward. Tommy Smith has come up. Thompson is there too. Dalglish, can he turn? McDermott's in there. And Kennedy's through here on his good left foot. And Norwich City were wide open there as Kennedy inched his way through on the left-hand side. He seemed to have opened them up as the ball was driven across the face of the goal. And Fairclough, coming in fast, couldn't quite get it cleanly with his right foot. Neil is back behind him for the short kick. Johnson is coming in on this one. Flicked in. Johnson got there. And it was off the line, this time by Colin Suggett. The corner knocked over. And it's Peters getting that one away. As that corner came over, it was flicked back Johnson was coming in on a run, but stuck it on the line, knocked it onto the bar, and it was eventually away. But now at the other end, we've got more trouble as Neighbour goes down again. And Dennis Smith going over to speak to Ray Kennedy for that particular foul, and his name will go into the book. Hughes again. Suggett is in there. Out to Neighbour. Nobody there for the far post cross yet. Now they're coming into the area. Gibbons, but is coming for... Oh, my goodness me, for Martin Peters. Pick that one up. Martin Peters really gets some special goals, but none more special than that. When that cross came over from Jimmy Neighbour, Gibbons looked as if he couldn't get it. It was just knocked out to Peters on the edge of the area, the right foot volley, bingo. It's 2-0. And Martin Peters chalked up another great goal and his 6th of the season. And although Liverpool have been able and willing to throw men forward and create trouble for Norwich City in defence, now their task is a huge one. They're trailing by 2 goals to 0. Highway's going to get up for that. And it's Peters to clear. Highway's still going. Kennedy a good one. That's a brilliant save. Kennedy Dalglish, can't see many saves like that from his headers. A fine cross from the left. Dalglish does the right thing. Heads down and powerfully to the left of the goalkeeper, but he gets down so well. Fairclough having a go at Bond. Past him. Jones is here. Past him. Fine run by Fairclough. Players coming to the near and far post. Here's McDermott. And another save by Keelan. How does he do it? Well, a marvellous run by Fairclough. He called the simple ball back to Terry McDermott. He didn't hit it too powerfully, but it was accurate enough, and Keelan had to get down well to the left-hand side. Players backing off a little bit. Jones coming to him. Kennedy trying to turn, finds Johnson. Sullivan's out with him. And Jones away. Suggett, Case is in there well. Up goes Jones. Kennedy wins it well. And that's a great header from Phil Thompson. Beaten at last, and beaten with a very, very good header by Phil Thompson. And that indeed is his 3rd goal in a week, in 3 games. But as the cross was fired over by Case, up went Kennedy. It was a good challenge. Thompson up there with a diving header, just looping it past Keelan in off the post.
What a breathtaking game that was, and what superb skills by both sides, in fact, and at what a pace it was played too. And Norwich, with that 2-1 win, now going into 7th place in the First Division. I think we'll hear a good deal more of Norwich this season. Now we come to our final game today, and it takes us to Nottingham Forest, the First Division leaders, and their home match yesterday against Coventry City, themselves having their best ever season. So, Brian Clough's Forest against Coventry City. The pictures come from ATV. The commentators, Hugh Johns, Nottingham Forest, are in the dark shirts.
Coventry live again as Powell comes away for them. In for Hutchison. Nardiello's got his hand up. He wants this ball. Yorath, I think, is going to give it to him. Nardiello attacking Barrett. Good close control. Ball in for Wallace. Yorath to try it. Oh, and very nearly got one in there too. Terry Yorath, the man who started the move, leaving it over to Nardiello. And it was finally Yorath who got on the finishing end of things. And Shilton in a lot of trouble. Off the top of Holton's head, that's a bad back pass then from MacDonald. So Blythe into a lot of trouble. Powell helps that on to Ferguson. Oh, got there somehow to Peter With. Coop to cover. Coop, I think, has hurt his knee again. There's With, there's Coop, limps to him. Yes, surely! It's there now, O'Neill has got it. 1-0. So, 40 minutes into the game, and Martin O'Neill scores his 5th goal of the season, and the Forest fans respond as you'd expect. It all came about because Coop was limping a little earlier. With had time to turn, drive the ball across the box. Looked like McDonald was going to put the ball in his own net or in trying to save it, but O'Neill forces it over the line. Coventry, I suppose, can feel a little hard done by to have worked so hard and now to find themselves 1-0 down. Foul then by O'Neill on Hutchison. McDonald's free kick. Oh yes! Wallace! 1-1! What a beautiful header! 5'7.5" they list him at. But that red head flashed danger signals then. It's 1-1. Inside a minute. Shilton beaten. The free kick from McDonald flying in there, and though he was jet propelled, Wallace up in the air to head his 14th goal of the season. So, justice is done. I'm quite sure that practically everybody in the ground would agree to that. It's Ferguson's header down. Hutchison. Hutchison's still there. Looking again into the box for Wallace. That was Holton's. Lloyd's header out. McDonald. Donald again, the man who's perfectly flighted free kick. Produced the goal. That ball breaking away from Coventry. Yorith there to win it back, but gave it away to Woodcock. Gemmell to his left. Must be in with a shout here. Super goalkeeping. Jim Blythe narrowed the angle, closed it all down so perfectly that Gemmell's attempt to kick the ball under Blythe's body just didn't come off. Well, we're in the last minute of normal first half-time. And as neither trainer's been on the field, we can't see room for very much in the way of injury time. Sparkling. Oof! Got badly hurt then, I think. And the foul was finally given for Gemmell being brought down. Gemmell knocking it quickly for Woodcock. It'll come to With. And McGovern! Yes! 2-1! Well, that's 10 seconds from the end of the first half on my watch. It's 2-1 and Johnny McGovern has done it. Only his 2nd goal of the season. It's Forest's 2nd goal this afternoon. So after the free kick was taken, Coventry gave the ball away twice, and it was John McGovern ghosting in a one-on-one situation. The very experienced Forest man kept his head and drove the ball in. And referee half points. Points to the dressing rooms. Well, what a first half. McDonald. Ferguson. Oof. Lloyd bringing down Ferguson. wearing number 5, still limping. Donald's free kick. Shilton comes, Ferguson trying to get there. Bad. Wallace. Nardiello, and Shilton recovers. Well, that was a well-flighted free kick from McDonald. Shilton came and didn't really get it away. Comes down to Wallace. His shot blocked. Nardiello looks as though he had a chance, and Shilton recovered. Oki, the through ball. Hutchison. Well, it should have been, but Anderson won it. And a good ball forward to Woodcock as Gemmell starts his run. Woodcock dwelt on the ball a little too long. Powell punching that one through. Wallace in with a chance here. Looking for 2-2. What a super piece of work then by Burns, but Wallace is still there. So, Wallace, a two-time loser then. Beautifully put through. One-on-one situation until Burns came flying across to stop him. And even when the ball broke back to Wallace, he could only squeeze it past the left-hand post with Shilton beaten.
And Forest stay top with 29 points, 1 point ahead of Everton, and 6 points now ahead of 5 teams on 23. It's becoming a two-horse race there. Today we leave you with the sight of those two massive Scottish defenders showing the forwards how it's done.
Arsenal at the moment is looking a little bit lethargic and needing to get a goal to whip themselves up into action. By Willie Young. Now, can he get a cross in? What a good cross it is too. And McQueen has made it 1-1.